Hey guys, Ken's 97 still 171 back with ATS. Was looking around just to do something kind of interesting, and I looked at the quick jobs and I noticed some of the new trucks that we just built, that Mack R, which is a mod, is now available in the trucks to do trips with. Um, there was one of these. My K100 is in there. I don't remember that being the case. There's the Freightliner FLB, which we just built one of those in a previous video. Um, Thought about maybe doing that one. It's 415 miles, pretty short. This one, though, is kind of interesting. I think it's going to be a nightmare. Here is one of those Mack R600s. Single cab, single lamps, which is not the one we built. We built a double lamp, 315 horsepower, 12 speed, 86,000 pounds. It's 400 miles in Cali, so the speed limit's going to be low. I say let's do that. Well, let's look through the list real quick. Um, that might be interesting just because it'll be really different. This 86,000 pounds is really heavy for 300 horsepower. I don't know how that will even work. Um, bunch of these K100s are available now. Also, I repositioned my camera. I mentioned in the last video that I was wondering if perhaps my issue is that the camera was a little too close to me. It's now maybe 5 inches farther back. I just rearranged the mount a little bit. Um, I think we'll see if that makes any difference. I could push it even farther back if I do some other things. Play with the mount a little bit. So there's a bunch of these K100s in here now for quick loads. There's another FLB, Kenworth. Let's just take a look real quick, just see if there's there's a ton of these K100s in here now. Older Cascadia, Mack. I'd be kind of inclined to do okay, this one's a little more realistic weight-wise. There's a bunch of these Mack Rs now. Be interesting to see if there are any of these still out there actually doing work. Could be. Um, that's 1,300 miles. I'm not doing that. Not in that truck. That's 1,900 miles. I'm not doing that in that truck. I wonder if these are just randomized, like what gets paired with what. I just want to scale through it, go show you guys. I mean, there's like options all the way to the end here, and you can categorize. I picked Freightliner, Matt Kenworth. So I didn't do Peterbilt. Be interesting to see if that really ancient 1940s Peterbilt's in there. And I didn't. You can select like curtain side, what type of trailer, and then standard delivery, important, urgent, hazardous, high value, fragile, heavy, articulated trailer, or no filters. Let's put the Peterbilt in there real quick and just see if there'll be a lot more choices now. Take the others out. I'm just kind of curious if one of those, it is. Look at this. That 1940s Peterbilt, 1954 Peterbilt is now in there. Wow. Because it's an available truck, I guess. Might be the only one. Interesting. I wonder if there's an option for like light load. I don't think so. Low beds. These are the types of trailers. Wow. That's impressive. I don't think I want to drive that 400 miles with 290 horsepower. That seems, but that Mack, this one here, I mean, this might be torturous. I don't know. It is a more modern truck from the 50s. It's only got a 12-speed transmission. I wonder how it picks what transmission is available. Um, let's try this one. We can always ditch out of it if it's really terrible, but it leaves my truck where it was. We're going up California. The speed limit is 55. So here we are. And it is a, wow, that is a large articulated trailer. This is going to be interesting.
Time to hit the road.
Why are the This one has a air filter, and why is my head tracking not working at all? Let me pause and see if I can figure this out real quick, guys. Okay, guys, well, we're still going. It came back and automatically unpaused. I don't know what you guys saw of that. I guess we'll find out. I have no idea why the head tracking quit working. Um, we have our lights on. Yeah. Oh, what we do need to do. Let's just turn that off. What we do need to do is configure our justice seat. Got to do this in every truck. I usually start there. Just mirrors. Okay. What do the digital mirrors see? Nothing. So let's bring them in a little bit. Okay, now we can see the side of the digital. We can see the truck in the digital mirrors. Can barely see it over there. So this right one probably only needs to come in a little bit. Let's bring it down though. We can do that over here too. And why are you looking at the sky? Don't need to look at the sky. Convex, down, out, right convex, down, and out a bit. So it needs to come in, nope, just a bit more. There we go. Okay, so I can see the mirrors. All right, let's get her. Oh God, I just hit the fucking camera. Hopefully I didn't fuck up anything. It's doing the same thing it did before. Okay. What we're gonna have to do is go to manual transmission in this one. Options, gameplay, transmission. We'll do sequential, high power mode, and no smart sequential. Well, we could, I guess. Let's see if that works. That should make me be able to press the paddles. Yeah, so I can press the paddles now. And we're going to need it.
Turn left.
Actually, I just thought of something. Well, the reason it was doing what it was doing is because we had real automatic and had smart sequential shifting turned on. That's why it was skipping from 1 to 3 and then going back to 1, making a bad decision. I think. Well, it's still skipping. Okay, well, it's behaving correctly now. I don't know.
Get ready. Turn left. Turn left. Keep left and then turn left. Turn left.
See how it still jitters when it's over that way? It's fine to about there. But at the extreme angles, it messes up. Really like how you can see the turn signal there on the fender. That's cool.
Keep right and then turn right. Turn right.
This is going to be a slow delivery. I don't think we're going to have to worry
Keep
about
left
speeding.
and then exit left. Exit left.
Well, I said I wanted to do something a little more interesting. Oh boy, guys.
It's fine.
I'm sorry, guys. I just, what the fuck? Did we just go the wrong way? We did. Now we gotta go up here and loop around and turn back.
Keep right and then exit right. Exit right. Turn left.
Boy, those primary gears are short, aren't they? Turn on our beacons. Is there one in the back? Oh shit. Even has the
Keep
drag,
left and then turn right.
the drag correct when you kind of angle the trailer pretty far.
Turn right.
There's a pretty significant amount of drag laterally. Sorry, I messed up there, guys.
Keep left.
Said keep left. We're gonna go 5 north, I think.
Keep left.
This might be one of those trucks where now that I put the Caterpillar and some of the more powerful engines in the truck, they might be available for this R500. Might be a fun truck to drive. There's another one where you keep the head of the hood ornament helps keep the head of the Bulldog right on the right line, and you're basically centered. Yeah, we're up there to 55 almost. So it's kind of ridiculous, you know, that these old trucks can't haul freight. Yeah, they can. They do it as well? No. But, you know, you go back to the 60s, the speed limits were lower. Generally, the freight was not as heavy.
Keep right, and then turn right.
Oh, shit.
Turn right.
I intruded into that guy's lane there quite a bit. It's a little trick you can use in the game. If there's a car to your right, say there's a car right back there, and you nudge a little bit to this way, they'll back out of the throttle and go and get behind you. It probably happens in real life too. If your truck starts intruding into your lane, your natural reaction is going to be to put your, you know, what the hell's going on? Where are we going? I want to up stay up 5, I would think. Hey, we're rolling 60 miles an hour, okay. Climbing hills is where this is gonna suck. It doesn't have enough gears and it doesn't have enough power. But I mean, it'll get the job done. And in a situation like this, what you would do is you would throw a better transmission behind it, so there are more gear options. Forgot to set the cruise control. What we were running 60. I could have just right now. I got my foot held to the floor on the pedal.
Keep left.
I mean, other than the hill climbs, this thing is doing this just fine. I got the cruise control set. Yeah, so sometimes it's fun to have a nice truck to run down the interstate and do 2,000 miles, but I thought it might be kind of fun to do some unique freight, and I think we'll do the same thing, but maybe with better trucks. I'd like to maybe go back and look at the FLDs that we built, and the International, and maybe even the W900, and let's see what kind of engines are available now that I have a few more engine options installed. You know, that W900 Legacy, the Caterpillar would have certainly been an option.
Keep right, and then turn right.
My normal complaint is still on the navigation. Like, instead of just telling me to stay right, take Interstate 5 north in 5 mile, that kind of thing. Not, I doubt they're ever going to fix that. I've played with a few mods where, it's supposed to be Google Maps or whatever, but all it does is change the visualizations to look like Google Maps. It doesn't actually change the functionality. And I'm so used to the gas stations and the repair stations and the icons that they use that they change all those things. Doesn't really make it better, it just makes it look different. So I don't know. I'm just used to the icons that are used now, and you know, you know what? We're running 65 miles an hour down the interstate with 90,000 pounds on a probably 100,000 pound. I'd be interested if we go over a weigh station. I'd be interested to see what this thing weighs right now. I bet it's up there. I think it was 89,000 pounds cargo. The trailer's probably another, God, I don't know, 90,000. It could be 90,000 pounds. I don't know. We do see a weigh station. I'm going to pull in. I want to see what this thing weighs. 315 horsepower with 12 gears. Actually, just a scale right there. Let's look at the map real quick. If we're gonna run over a weigh station, then I won't bother. We are not. So let's go ahead and pull in here. There's a scale right there. I'm curious enough to
Time to get the job done.
I'm curious enough to see what this
Keep
weighs.
right, and then exit right. Exit right.
Surprisingly, it doesn't have any problems really bringing the speed down with the engine brake.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
We're going.
Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left.
Boy, look at that sunrise.
When possible, make a U-turn.
Scale's right there. I don't know if you can approach it from both sides or not. We'll go over down there and do a big U-turn, come back and hit it the other direction. It's doing that shit again. It's funny, it quit doing that. And now it's doing it again. Options. What we got to do is, I don't have smart sequential turned on. That's so weird. That's so weird. I wonder why it started doing that shit again. Like, why was it skipping 2 and then going back to 3? Makes no sense. We don't have to get fuel for this truck. It's not our truck. If you watch that video from Calamity Kim, the truck she's using to haul something heavier than this, actually, um, the entire trailer would be maybe would end at about where the where those trailer wheels, those free tires are. That's about how long her whole trailer is. She hauls like 150 tons, metric tons, on a trailer that long. We have all that shit. Yeah, pretty wild. And in that middle section, there is a middle dolly, but this arm there is not there. The first up and the first where the low boy is there, that's not there. It's in anyway. Watch the video. Definitely recommend watching it. Oh,
Reroute.
$10. 134,735 pounds. Wow, impressive. What the fuck? Why will it not move? Why can we not move? Is it too heavy to? We're not going to try to hit that. We would never be able to get out of that. Got a big empty lot. Use it to get the angle you need to come out. If there's nobody coming, we're going to go.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
Same situation here. Nobody coming, we're going to go.
Keep left and then turn left. Turn left.
truck actually has a pretty nice GPS right there behind the virtual one. Almost don't need that one. Well, we certainly got ourselves an interesting video out of this. It'd be fun to drive this with like a big ass Caterpillar engine or something. We'll look into that. We can, when we finish this trip, we don't actually have to go back to the other trucks. We can configure them remotely. When you're not driving them, you can remotely configure them. Sorry about that. Doing that, man. Kind of annoying, I know, but interesting seeing the cab movement. My head tracker quit working again. Yeah, no more input from the head tracker. Say it's a reliability issue. I just don't know, and I don't know whether it's the camera, the computer, both. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's getting kind of annoying, and as much as I enjoy it and kind of get used to it, I think I might go back to just using the mouse for, you know, if I want to look a little to the left here to check that mirror, just move my mouse a little bit left. Use these new virtual mirrors that I have, this with the Yara, are better. So maybe what I do. It's nice being able to just put my hands on the wheel and turn my head to look at stuff, but if it doesn't work reliably, then and now I'm in a situation where I can't look to the left and right. I mean, I'll be able to do external view, and that's what I'll use. We'll get this delivery done, and then I'll figure out what the hell's going on. It didn't you know, lock the controls like last time. It just stopped responding. I don't know. The light's still on the camera. Not sure what's happening. Maybe the cable's bad. You know, momentary disruption in connection would do that. So maybe the next step would be to order a, you know, a quality 480 megabit USB-C cable to replace the factory cable and try that. Actually, I can always use that in my if I want to use Android Auto in my car, so it wouldn't be a totally useless investment if it didn't work. I just suspect the cable because a couple times I bumped it and it flashed or it got some noise across the video when it happened. The speed set to 65. She'll run 65 down the interstate, pulling whatever the hell that weight was, a lot. 150,000 pounds total. So I mean, given a bit more power, or even just more gears, same engine, but more gears to choose from, would oh shit, we need to turn right here.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right.
Yeah, the fact that I lost that head tracking and I didn't even notice it for a minute. Or maybe what I need to do is try, like, not the Toby, but there's Track IR, Toby. They're all pretty expensive though. The Track IR is kind of interesting to me, because you can mount, you can wear a hat is one option, or you can mount something to your headset as the tracking device. Maybe that would be more accurate. The guy who did the flight simulator video mentioned that there was less latency between those systems, but it wasn't a huge amount. But considering the problems I've had getting this to work, I don't know. It's just frustrating when you see other people get it to work perfectly fine. You're like, okay, what's wrong here? What's going on? Oh my God, there's this fucking stoplight. Are you serious?
Keep right, and then exit right.
It's ridiculous. But I mean, it was well marked, but I don't know. Sorry guys, I'm eating a snack. Yeah, the entire reason for the excessive length on our trailers is to get the weight limit down per axle.
Excellent. Right.
Just stay in it. We're tempted to downshift, but we're way too high in the RPM range to do that. This thing does rev up pretty high. Does make you wonder, throw like an 18 speed behind this, or I don't know. Be a pretty great little truck. Other thing I thought was maybe I ought to uninstall Be My Tracker and reinstall it. Well, we definitely ended up with a cool video. One thing I do like about not having the eye tracker, if I need to turn my head away to like get a drink or something, it doesn't like follow me. That's a little disconcerting when you turn your head to like get a drink or a snack, and then you turn your head back and the screen is moving around. It tends to make you move the steering wheel around. Well, this was actually kind of fun. Tells me that this truck can definitely haul freight. We can haul this, we can haul anything.
Keep flat.
going to be exiting right up
Keep
here.
left.
Oh,
Keep left.
what are we supposed to do? Oh, don't want to hit that. That was not very well labeled.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right. Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right. Go straight on.
Yeah, just so you guys know, Calamity Kim, she would deliver freight like this. She could deliver this like through downtown London traffic. With a trailer half this long.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right. Go straight on. Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left.
I do wish they would pick a different color for the road closed. Like you'd think bright yellow and white, but they're really not that visible sometimes. At night you can see them pretty easy, but in bright daylight sometimes they blend in with the environment. We even skip shifting.
Turn right. It's all over now.
there. That might be kind of fun. We made it. Base reward, proficiency, long distance, high value. Nice. Not a lot of points for that because it wasn't too far. But that was fun, guys. We got a couple minutes. Let's take a look at truck manager here. Um, driver not. So that's that one. That's that one, which we built together. That's the International 9800 that we built recently. Let's. Here's the Mack R that we built. See, we can hit upgrade. Let's see what engines are available in here now. Okay, a lot more. Those Detroits are available. Let's just go see here. Um, Mac R, let's take those out. Let's take that out, that out. The cat is in there now. ZM. Okay, wow, there's an 800 horsepower version. Holy shit. Probably a little unrealistic, but 550 horsepower might not be. Um, and there's some Detroit 60 series, which certainly would have been an engine that you could possibly transplant into this. Although the front of it's a little short. I don't know whether a Detroit 60 would actually fit in there. Of course, this is a video game. 60 series, 60 series, 60 series. What was the? There was a Volvo. No. I wonder where the Volvo engine is. Oh, maybe because it's just not available for this. But we can check that. I've got a Volvo VNL in this list. I'm curious to see. So let's currently it's got the that 285 horsepower. Um that's the 315 horsepower engine that um the one we just drove. Torque's the same. Power is more, and I'm guessing it's the RPM. Look at that, 1200 versus 1400. I was noticing that this thing revs to like 2500 RPM. That would make sense. That's where they're getting the horsepower number is it revs more. Torque's the same at a little higher RPM, and it revs more. Interesting. So that might be the better engine, um, even though it's probably older. Let's see what transmissions are now available. So we have all the Mack and the Eatons are in there now. Let's turn off the Mack ones and just look at, because there's like 10,000. I don't even know what you would pick. What you'd want to do is go in and look at the Mack one that you have, this one here, 12 speeds, look at the gear ratios and the differential. And you'd want to write that down and then pick something that has more speeds, at least the same ratio, and either the same or a shorter differential. So 387, like you want 411 or 4, so you'd want to go a higher number of that. So that's what you'd want to do. Let's go ahead and put that in there. That's a better engine, which we've discovered. Let's take a look at the Volvo. Should be in here somewhere. Volvo VNL. Built that a while ago. Upgrade. Engine. Let's see if there's any. See, now the Volvo VNL's in there. And here's that Volvo VNL. That's a tuning pack from. So let's take that out. The 12.7 liter Detroit is available, but not the 14 liter. That's interesting. The stock engine in this was already the stock Volvo. The D18 was 765 horsepower. So the Z mods D13 is it's going to have a different sound profile because that's really what it was about. Um, but it's going to be significantly less powerful. So might not have been really worth spending the money on that, considering it's a significant power loss versus the stock engine available for that truck. So that's kind of a little disappointing. Um, and transmission wise, I don't know. Let's see if there's any transmissions that became available for it other than the 10 million Eaton Fuller transmissions. So if we have the Allison TC10s already in there, which we found worked pretty good. I didn't see, I did not see that Allison available in the those other two trucks that we looked at. This TC10 would be a great automatic to put in some of the older trucks because it got 10 gears with a torque multiplier and yeah. Okay. Um, what other kind of sucks it doesn't remember that selection. Um, so we have there's our green legacy. That's got the other 12 liter with the pew sound in it. That's the gold one that we built. There's that one. This one's already 800 horsepower. Let's take a look at this one. We haven't driven this one much on the videos. Let's take a look at the engines available. Um, let's take out all the Detroit two-stroke options. This one has a Cummins N14 available. That's available for, and the Caterpillar is available. So let's just see. GD60. That's the Z mods. That's the Z mods. That's a Z mods. That's a Z mods. And I'm not sure about that one. We can type in Z, I think. Cummins N14. And again, there's a cat, 800 horsepower. Cummins N14, 800 horsepower, chipped tuned. This is a direct injected. This Cummins makes more power. It's also, again, that's a mod. That's one we've not heard before. It makes significantly more torque. Maybe we'll go drive this at some point. And my phone is talking to me. Maybe we can go drive this one at some point. We've heard of Cummins N14 previously. We've not ever done that. So let's put that in there. I don't know. A lot of times I get so many trucks, I forget where they are and what the hell I have in them. See on the Cascadia now, I think I checked this before, but I don't think there's any additional engines. No, there's not. There's no engines available. This truck's locked down pretty hard, um, unfortunately. I think the transmission choices, though, we were able to put an Allison that it has that same. Oh, that's interesting. It's an Allison 6-speed, but not the DD. It doesn't have the 10-speed available. Let's take out all of the unifullers. Yeah, it doesn't have a. You can get an 18 speed, or you can get the. I think we tried this at once and found that that worked pretty well, and it's the most expensive. So okay, all right. Well, that'll be it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We're at another hour-long video. Didn't mean to do that, but that's how it turned out. So I'm gonna come back here in a little bit and play with this some more. Maybe go back to our Argosy, or maybe build another Argosy with a different engine. Maybe build a maybe put the 14 liter back in this, the Z Mods 14 liter back in this, and then maybe build a second one that's a low roof, or because I do enjoy driving it. It's an interesting truck. All right, guys, that'll be it. You guys have a good day. Ken 77 still 171 signing off. Be safe out there.